Poppy, y'all, it's your girl, She's So Sammy, and if you want to see how I achieve this beautiful red look, then keep watching.
Listen here.
What we do here
Alright,
is
y'all,
go
so I'm starting out on a wig that was already dyed red. I'm just re-dyeing it, but I'm starting out by sectioning the front of the hair off and the sides because I am going to dye those a different color from the rest of the wig. So I'm just sectioning it out and twisting it so that it's separate from the rest of the hair. So after I section off the hair, I get the colors that I'm using for the front, which is ruby red by Adore Colors, and I'm just putting that in my coloring bowl, and it's the same color. I just had two of them, but I'm putting that in the coloring bowl, and that's what I'm going to apply to the sections that I originally sectioned out in the front. And y'all, please don't mind me, I did not have gloves. So yes, my ghetto self took some black plastic bags and put them around my hand and went to work. And it worked, because the wig came out fire.
What we do here is go back.
So as you can I'm done with the front section, it's finally time for me to go in to the middle of the hair, and I'll be using these three colors and a little bit of honey brown, and I just mix that up in my coloring bowl and test the color out to make sure it's the right shade. And once you do that, you're gonna do the same thing, going in section by section, just applying, making sure that the color is fully in the hair. And once again, you want to stay away from the lace. Try not to dye the lace. And as y'all could see, I gave up on my ghetto trash bag. But once the hair is done, cover it for 30 minutes. And after that, I go to rinse out the hair. Now, you want to try to get as much of the color out as you can. Rinse it with cold water so that the color doesn't bleed out, but you want to do your best to make sure that the water is clear before you do anything else. I did not do that, and the color did transfer onto like when I was wearing light colored clothes and things of that nature. So you just want to be very careful and make sure that the water is clear as possible before you move on to the next step. After rinsing it out some, I went in with some silicone mix, just to detangle the hair. And I put it in a plastic bag and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds just to process a little better. As you can see, while I'm rinsing out the hair, a lot of color is still coming out of it because, once again, I said I messed up on this part. I really should have waited until the water was as clear as possible before I moved on to the next step. And you're going to see why in the next clip. You're going to see the color is still transferring, but I was on a rush. I was in a rush for time. And as you can see here on the yellow towel, the color is transferring. So, y'all, make sure the water is clear as possible. Please, don't mess up like I did. You do not want the color to transfer. You want it to stay vibrant. And this is the wig after it air dried. As you can see, the front is like half a shade lighter, and the back is a little bit deeper in color, but I just slapped it on my head. I was trying to see if I messed with it, and truthfully, it looked popping. So now we're gonna go and apply it. So I'm starting off by putting on my wig cap and cutting out my ears, because you gotta make sure the wig cap is secure. Be very careful, y'all, because it's very easy to cut your ears. Like, it's very easy. I like to stretch my wig cap over my eyes so that it is very, very like pulled. Like it needs to look like scalp. And I just cut out holes for my eyes so I could see. Because you can't do your hair if you can't see what you're doing. So after that, I go in with my Erica J glue, and this is the watermelon scented one, and I just follow the natural style of my hairline. And after I do that, I rub the glue in with my fingers and I allow it to dry. And I do that 2 times just so that I can make sure that my wig cap is secure.
What we do here is go back.
Dry, I go in and I cut the wig cap off. I just take that extra piece of the wig cap and put it on the back of my head, and I tint the lace of the wig with this True Match Lace Conceal in the color tan, and it really gives every time I use it. Then I go in with my hot comb and comb all the hair back and fit the wig on my head so I can see where I want the wig to lay. And then I go back in with my Erica J glue, and I do one side at a time. So I just apply the glue And I'm using the end of a rat tail comb to rub it in a little bit on my skin, a little bit on the cap, and I just go in with 2 layers of that and wait for it to dry before I apply it. So like I said, I do my wigs one side at a time. So this is the first side, and I'm just going in with a comb to press it in, make sure that it's on lock, and then I do the same to the other side. After that, I tie it down with my elastic band, and now it's time to style the hair. So I go in with some heat protectant spray from ORS. I will put all the things I use down in the description box, and I just blow dry my hair so that I get a nice blank canvas for my curls, because this hair was wavy and I wanted big bouncy curls, and I can't do that on wavy hair. So you gotta blow dry the hair, make sure it's straight. Then I go in and define my part, and I go in with my wax stick just so that it lays flat, like flat. After I go with my wax stick, I go back in with my hot comb. And y'all, you want to make sure it's flat. Make sure your hot comb is on the highest heat possible. Well, not the highest, but as high as you think it should be, and flatten it. Then I go in with my curling iron, and I curl away from my face. As you can see, I was feeling the curls. And after I curl it, I pin it up, and I do that to the rest of my head. I'm not going in the largest sections, but pretty sizable sections. And once again, just curling away from my face and pinning them up as I go. Are all good. I go in with some spray from ORS just to hold the curls. And now it's time for the edges. My favorite part. I'm just sectioning out my edges. I had wore this wig before, so some of the edges was already there, but I had to redo some of them. And I go in with the eyebrow razor and just, I cut my edges pretty long, and I go in with a small flat iron and once again curl away from my face. And that's how I set my edges. Well, kind of, sort of, not yet. After I curl it away from my face, I go in with my edge brush and I just put my edges how I like them, and I was hyped, y'all. It looks so good. Going in with some more of that ORS spray just to help the edges stick a little bit, and brush it back. Big done. After I'm done with that, I take the curls out, and y'all, just look at them. I very lightly comb it out just to get a little more of a feathery look, and here's the final look, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.